So Valkyrie reveals intention to sponsor Grayscale Bitcoin Trust as GBTC discount to NAV weddings. Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. Today is January 1st, 2023. This is the first video of 2023, so I just want to wish you very, very happy New Year. Subscriber or not subscriber, if you have stumbled into this video, just wishing you the best year ever. And so I just wanted to bring to you this news here because I know some people that are subscribed to this channel, they are also investors in GBTC, and that something very interesting happened. So Valkyrie reveals intention to sponsor Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So as I said, I have been following GBTC. I actually had made a few videos of GBTC, and yeah, we have covered the discount of the Bitcoin Trust. I also cover what the CEO came out and say with respect to their intentions to buy back the intention to buy back the shares of GBTC up to 20%, and we discuss what some of the terms are. You can go back and look at this video. It talks about basically that proposal that came from Grayscale itself. And all of this comes because, GBTC is basically in not a good position right now. As this article says, the NAV is getting higher and higher, all the way to over 50% of the GBTC shares are trading very low. In fact, the article starts with giving that explanation of the spot price of the shares, and that's definitely not good. On top of that, we know just by following this company that DCG, which is the parent company of GBTC, also owns basically Genesis. And they are in a tight spot with respect to the debts that they have acquired, and all of these have been actually getting worse because of all of the companies that have been falling with all the leverage that have been going on within crypto. So, yeah, like I said, we have been following this story, but the latest is that Valkyrie came forward with this offer. And if we actually jump straight into the proposal, because I always want to bring you the original news here. This is actually in their website, Valkyrie Invest. And it says, "Good afternoon. We at Valkyrie are excited to present our proposal to become the new sponsor and manager of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust." So they want to be the new sponsor and the manager of GBTC. This is very important for you to know if you are holding shares of GBTC currently. They say, as a registered investment advisor and trusted investment manager with extensive experience in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, our company is uniquely qualified to take on this role. So they're basically saying we are ready and we are fit in order to be the new sponsor of GBTC. Valkyrie have a proven track record of success in the realm of digital asset management. Our Bitcoin Trust have operated with daily liquidity since its inception. On January 1st, 2021, later that year, we launched a publicly traded Bitcoin-related ETF that have a strong reputation for working with and caring about our investors and partners. So, without going to the full article, basically just some main points here that I wanted to point out is that they actually launched the Valkyrie Opportunistic Fund, and they say, well, also excited to announce the launch of the Valkyrie Opportunistic Funds that seeks, among other things, to take advantage of the massive discount in the spread between the NAV and price of GBTC. As the fund increases its holding of GBTC, we're very excited in realizing the true value of the underlying Bitcoin for our investors and will actively pursue this goal on their behalf. So they are actually already trying to take advantage of the huge discount on the GBTC price compared to their NAV. However, the important point here of the proposal itself is that if they get that goal to becoming the new sponsor of GBTC, basically said that they will be facilitating orderly redemptions at net asset value for all investors who want it through a timely regulation and filing. This will ensure that all investors have the option to redeem their shares at a fair price without any delays or obstacles. Also, they say lower the fees to a more equitable level in line with best industry practices. We propose a fee of 75 basis points, which is significantly lower than the current rate of 200 basis points. And number three, attempt to offer redemption in both Bitcoin and cash for investors. This will give investors greater flexibility and choice when it comes to redeeming their shares. So this is what they are proposing. But first, let's talk about will all this be possible? Well, this will require certainly an approval on behalf of shareholders. That will probably be carry like all approvals are when you invest in a company. You have voting rights with the stock. You do that through a proxy. So this will probably require that as well. However, if I believe reading somewhere correctly that the shareholders of GBTC don't have sort of like the same rights, if you will, of a stock. So they have very limited rights with respect to the management of GBTC itself. So we'll see if all of this come to fruition. But let's say they do get it. Let's say they do become the sponsor of GBTC, the new sponsor of GBTC. Well, what they're talking about here on the first point, this is something with Regulation M. This is something that I believe GBTC itself tried to do with the SEC because they require SEC approval. It's an extension to Regulation M that they have to file for. In fact, they were doing that when they started GBTC, and in 2014, the SEC said, no, you guys have to stop. You can't offer redemptions. So they actually could not do that anymore. So the fact that Valkyrie says that that is their proposal, well, before proposing this, I mean, it's good that they have this intention, but this does not depend of Valkyrie, and this does not depend of the shareholder. This depends of the SEC directly. Now, on the second point here, lowering the fees, I will agree with their intention here. I think it's in their proposal. I think this is good. These 200 basis points, I mean 2% of basically the funds goes to maintenance, and that is like they said, not in line with best industry practices. Normally you will want something that is 0.5%, that is 50 basis points, that means, or even lower, and 75 basis point compared to 200 basis point means that people are going to pay a lot less for maintenance of this trust, which is, I think, good for shareholders. So shareholders have the right to vote. I think that a lot of people will be inclined to have this maintenance increase. So that is good. And then it looks like the third point is just basically going back to the first point, in which they are going to try to offer redemptions. Like I said, all of these require SEC approval, and we even see if they can get to be the sponsor of GBTC. But if they can get it, the redemptions here, like I said, doesn't depend on them. They need to work with the SEC and see if they can get that approved. All right, guys. So with that, I just wanted to bring you this quick piece of news. Like I said, I have been covering GBTC on this channel. We know that GBTC is right now in not a good spot, but at least there is interest from other companies on trying to manage these trusts, which is good for their shareholders. And I am not an investor in GBTC. I have been thinking or maybe buying GBTC shares, but I have not made up my mind yet. I sort of want to see what happens with all of this. But to me, it's positive to see that at least there is interest on it, because I think this is going to be beneficial to investors in the future. All right, so thank you very much for watching once again, and thank you for supporting the channel. Please click like and subscribe if you want to keep watching this type of videos. I will continue covering GBTC and DCG, everything that have to do with these companies. So yeah, with that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you, guys.